Hi, I'm Mark Longfield. I run the managed service practice at Microstrategies. I have today with me Rob Fernandez, Chief Information Security Officer at the Investment Center. Rob and I are going to go through what we've worked together on over the past 20 plus years for the Investment Center. Rob?
Hey, Mark, it's great to be here. Thanks for having me. I'm with the Investment Center. The Investment Center is a financial services provider. I've been with the company for 20 years now, going on 20 years. I'm in charge of the IT department here, as well as in charge of cybersecurity. We've been in business for about 35 years now. And since day one, the Investment Center has been working with Microstrategies in one capacity or another in regards to our technology and security concerns. Over the years, we've obviously had a lot of challenges with the way technology has changed in the 35 years that we've been in business. It's been quite some time, a lot of new things coming our way, every year, every step of the way, and we've had to adapt throughout. One of our major challenges is how to deal with all of these new technologies and very, very critical infrastructures that we deal with in the financial sector. And MicroStrategies, their managed services has been there every step of the way, from everything dealing with workstation, server, maintenance, upgrades, installations, kind of making sure that everything is secure on those aspects and updated and everything's working properly, as well as with disaster recovery and making sure that we have somewhere to go, in the event that something were to happen. As a matter of fact, one of the biggest things I remember about MicroStrategies is dealing with disaster recovery during Hurricane Sandy. When Hurricane Sandy hit, there were many businesses that were unable to function for weeks because of power outages and other problems that people experienced during that time. But we were within less than 24 hours, we were at our disaster recovery site. We were up and running, and it was business as usual, obviously on a recovery scale. So things weren't quite as usual, but we were able to do every single critical job function that we needed to do. We worked through, and one of the really important aspects about MicroStrategies and the Investment Center relationship during that time was the fact that I remember it like it was yesterday, that, I had physical people from MicroStrategies were there working with us side by side. And, we never missed a beat and they never missed a beat. And to me, that speaks a lot because we're not a huge organization. I mean, we're not, a big, global corporation or anything like that. So for them to have actual physical people helping us there at a disaster recovery site and scenario it spoke a lot to me, because I know that we weren't the only clients that they were dealing with during this disaster, but yet here they are, and they made us feel like we were their only client. They really went above and beyond to make sure that all of our systems were working properly and everything was up and running. So that's one of the best memories, biggest memories that I have of MicroStrategies, is the fact that they went so far out of their way to be there for us, when I know that they have other clients, and many of them bigger clients than us, and yet here they were side by side with us. Some of the other things was the data center and cloud migration. Obviously some of the adaptations and changes we needed to make through the years was doing a lot of on-prem stuff and going into the cloud. And we relied on MicroStrategies to do 90% of that for us, alongside of our internal staff, and they were excellent. Again, same thing, we never missed a beat. We were able to migrate all of our servers that were all on-prem and in data centers, and move, some things to data center, some things to cloud, and everything is working seamlessly today. It's kind of funny because we talk about adaptation more today than ever before, because especially the environment we're living in today with COVID, and the way that COVID has changed so much of our lives and our businesses. We were a company that never had a work from home policy. We never worked from home. Everything was always in the office. It's your typical, financial services organization that we've been around for 35 years. We've been doing things the same way for 35 years, as far as being in a physical office. So working from home wasn't even something that we considered. But luckily, because of a lot of the migrations that we made pre-COVID, they all helped us so that when COVID hit, we had a lot of the tools and technologies already in place to allow work from home, even though we weren't utilizing it at the time. So switching to allow us to work from home as a workforce is really what kept us running throughout this whole pandemic. I mean, we've actually grown in size, and you know, we've done better this year than some of the previous years. And I think a lot of that is the fact that we were able to basically you know, adapt to the situation and adapt quickly, because that's important in our environment, to be able to stay up and running without hiccups. And we did just that. We stayed, and you know, we actually we found that we were providing better support for our reps and for our clients than previously, because now that we're sort of decentralized, and we have people working from home and people working in the office, you know, it changed the hours that we were working, and changed a lot of things, and we were able to provide better support. Our phones never stopped working, our servers never stopped working, our emails never stopped working. You know, and it really is what helped us throughout the whole thing. And it's a lot of it is because of a lot of the services that along with Microstrategies we put in place to be there to support us for this. So without that, I mean, I think we would have been in big trouble, you know, when this did hit. But luckily, like I said, I think we were, you know, doing better than most people were at that time. I mean, you look at today, in many places going out of business, and I mean, we're basically thriving right now. So it was definitely a testament to everything, all the technologies that we had put in place over the years. With that being said, I mean, over the years too, we've, you know, obviously my 20 years with the investment center and our 35 years with Microstrategies, you know, is not to say that there weren't times when maybe Microstrategies wasn't able to provide a solution that we wanted, or for whatever reason we started looking at other providers. And I mean, we've tried other managed service providers, and we kept going back to Microstrategies. And the reason why is because they've always been there for us. And you know, sometimes it seems as though the grass is greener on the other side, and you know, you do have to go out and try it. And you know, I mean, I think that was important. It's something that you really have to do in a growing environment when things change, is, you know, because sometimes you get comfortable with a company, and you think they're doing a good job, and you see other places out there that you may want to try. And we did, and we just kept coming back to Microstrategies because they really are that much better than everybody else, you know. And we all know technology changes throughout the years. We all know how much it changes, and we all know that we need 24/7 support in a lot of these. I mean, the days where business was just a 9 to 5 is long gone. I mean, in order for me to create a staff, to create an IT department that has all of the expertise that we need to function and do business, it's just not affordable for us. So using Microstrategies is definitely makes, you know, the return on investment is you know, it is obvious here. It's, you know, for, you know, to have somebody on staff that's 24/7, by the way, that has network expertise, somebody that has server expertise, that has workstation expertise, that has cloud expertise, that has, I mean, you name it. There's so many different people that we would need to hire, and then we would need to hire multiple people with those skill sets, just to be able to provide a, you know, full-time staff for everything. So going with Microstrategies for managed services is a no-brainer. You know, and as having them working alongside of us, you know, over the years, they've just become part of our team. So I honestly don't even see them as a third-party provider in a lot of ways, because they're always here with us. They're always working with us. I can get on the phone and speak to whoever I need to speak to regarding what specific problem we may have at the time. And you know, they're part of the team. I mean, they're in meetings with us. We're, you know, regularly. It's you know, they are, you know, an extension of our team. But to me, they're right here with us all the time, and that's what's important. As I mentioned earlier, I am in charge of the IT department here, but I'm also in charge of cybersecurity. And being in charge of cybersecurity is obviously a 24/7 thing as well. You know, we get a lot of alerts, a lot of log files that I have to sift through on a regular basis. I mean, there's reporting, there's regulatory compliance we have to deal with. I mean, you name it. It's just obviously it's a full-time job in and of itself. And having a full team of highly skilled people at Microstrategies that I could rely on, along with my internal people, is just, I wouldn't be able to do it without Microstrategies. It takes a lot off of my plate where I don't have to spend a lot of time investigating certain things or looking at configurations and going through any details like that. And I could call Microstrategies at any time, day or night, and they have somebody that's going to do this for me. So it allows me to concentrate more on what I really need to concentrate on the security side, and I'll let Microstrategies handle a lot of the the other nuances, so to speak, the necessary nuances that we have to go through day in and day out in dealing with a lot of these things, along with even we have 300 financial advisors nationwide. I mean, there's times when they're experiencing issues and I don't have the manpower to deal with that, and I can rely on Microstrategies to reach out to individual financial advisors and deal with their problems and help us to better support them as well. I really want to push on the importance of having somebody that is going to always be there. And like I said, it was a testament to me, at least, knowing that during a major hurricane that took out, we're located in New Jersey, so it took out a lot of locations in New Jersey. A lot of places were down. New York. I mean, it was all over the East Coast. And knowing how many clients Microstrategies has, you might become concerned, thinking that, oh well, I'm just a small business. We're not that big, so are we going to be neglected during situations like that when coverage is kind of spread out and you need people everywhere? But I think we're a testament to the fact that even during a very wide scaled disaster that we had to deal with at that time, with numerous businesses out, I mean, completely out. I mean, we were up and running, like I said, in less than 24 hours. We were functioning, all of the critical functions of our business, the things that we needed to keep us going, to be able to provide support to our reps and clients and everybody. We were there, we were working. Like I said, there were things that we weren't able to do as normal, but we were able to do everything we needed to get to stay in business and to support clients and reps. And that's really the main goal for us. And we were able to do so for an extended period of time. And Microstrategies was there for us the entire time. And I think that says a lot, because it's easy to look at a company when they're there for you, when everything is going well, when there's no problems, when there's no disasters. But it's so much more difficult to know that you have somebody there for you when disasters are popping around all over you, when there's fires going on, and knowing that they're going to be there to help you no matter what. Because they valued our relationship. And I think that says so much to me, as somebody who's in charge of IT and cybersecurity. I mean, that says more to me than anything any other company can guarantee me, without having to go through this. It's very rare to find a company that will be there for you through thick and thin when things are blowing up on their side. Because I know during Hurricane Sandy that even Microstrategies was having issues with their offices, being out of power and flooding and all kinds of things that were going on during that time that everybody was experiencing, and they were experiencing it as well. But yet here they were right by my side through the whole thing. So I think that's a really important aspect, something that everybody should understand about Microstrategies, that they will be there through thick and thin. Disasters all over the place, they're going to be there for you. That's one of the most important things that to me, I think is, to be said for Microstrategies.
Rob, thank you very much for that. Thank you so much for taking time out of the day to speak with us. Thanks for partnering with us for all these years. And we look forward to doing more business with you in the future. And thanks.
Absolutely. Thank you.